to Bali! Hello mis amigos and welcome to a new YouTube video. So as you saw from the title and from my glorious introduction, I am moving to Bali. I can't believe it, guys. I'm moving to Bali in literally a few days. By the time this video is posted on YouTube, I will already be there living my best life. I've been preparing this for the past 6 months and I thought, why not just make a video and tell you all about it? You know, requirements, visa options, the visa that I got, how much it's costing me, why I'm doing it, the vaccinations, the rent, just everything you need to know before moving to Bali or even visiting, because some of these visas apply for those who just want to stay a couple months or a month or so. In my case, I want to stay for at least a year, God willing. And yeah, this is going to be a bit of a long talk, so I think it's better if we do it over a matcha. I'm gonna go to the kitchen, make myself one, and meet you at the pool again. All right, I'm back with my matcha. Like I said, the camera feels a bit far, so I'm probably gonna change this angle very soon. But let's start. I have my laptop here because I have a lot of notes and a lot of things that I want to talk to you about regarding this moving abroad situation. I swear it feels so surreal to even say it out loud because this is something I've been wanting to do for the longest. Like, I've been wanting to move to Bali since I was a kid, long before it was so famous on social media. And I've been preparing, like I said, for this trip for the past 6 months. Not that you need that long. Actually, you do because of the vaccination situation, but that's something I'm going to talk to you later on. But yeah, I would say you need at least 3 to 4 months if you're planning to move to Bali. I had to move because the sun was killing me. So, the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is the reason why I'm moving to Bali, because some of my friends asked me, and honestly, I didn't really have an answer because the truth is that I just like moving around. I want to experience as much as I can of this world. I've already done similar journey, like in the Maldives where I lived for a year, Australia for a couple of years, Spain my whole life. I've lived in a few countries already, and Bali was up in the list. And yeah, I think I've been wanting to do this for a while, like I told you. It's just, it was never the right time. But then again, there's never a right time. You just have to make it happen. I'm also going there in search of new opportunities because within the field that I am, which is marketing and social media at the moment, there are plenty of opportunities and people you can meet there that can help you on your path. So I'm hoping to use this as an opportunity to grow professionally as well. And yeah, those are basically the main reasons why I'm going: to fulfill a dream and to pursue a career. I know it doesn't sound realistic saying I'm trying to pursue a career in Bali, but I got nothing to lose. I'll die trying. The next topic we're going to talk about are visas, of course. Now, there are a few options depending on how long you want to stay. I'm not going to talk about the short-term visas or the tourist visas because those are very easy to get. You can even get them at the airport, and it's for people that are just planning to vacation in there. The visas I'm going to talk about are more focused on mid-term stays and long-term stays. I decided to contact a Balinese Indonesian agency to do or to process my visas because I didn't want to risk it, and I just wanted to have everything in order before going. Of course, I mean, I didn't want to have to get there with a basic tourist visa and then have to extend it every month, literally, sometimes, depending on the visa. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the contact here of the agency that I contacted because they're truly the best. It's not an ad or anything. I paid for everything that I got. I don't even remember their name, but I'll put it somewhere here, I guess. And they mainly offered me two visas. So the first one is called the C1 visa, which a lot of people have heard of. And this is a single entry visa that allows you to stay 60 days at the start, and then you can extend it twice, but you have to pay for each time you extend. The price for the visa itself is 135 US dollars, and then each time you extend is another 160. So this visa just wasn't good enough for me. And then the other option that they gave me is the D12 pre-investment visa, which is multiple entry and allows you to stay up to 1 or 2 years depending on the visa you pay for. If you choose the 1-year visa, you can stay for 6 months, then you have to do a visa run, which means you have to step out of the country for just a few hours or a day or two, whatever you choose, and then step back in. I chose the D12 pre-investment visa because what's cool about this visa is that you can also legally seek investment opportunities and have meetings with companies in Indonesia. So yeah, this is the visa that I ended up choosing because I wanted something that is multiple entries, so something that allows me to step out of the country whenever I feel like, because I'm someone who likes to move around a lot. And the total price was actually cheaper than if I had gotten the C1 visa. I also wanted to stay for at least a year or so yeah, D12 pre-investment visa was perfect for me. I'm going to tell you the requirements for this visa and how much I paid. I paid around $466 US. If you want to get the 2-year visa, it's around 700 or 720 US. And you do need a passport with more or at least 18 months validity, so keep that in mind. You also need to prove that you have enough funds to live there. And then of course you need to send them a passport style photo for them to be able to create your visa document with your photo. Now there are other options that are very much pricier. These are the Kitas or remote worker visas. Like the name says, it's for remote workers or digital nomads that want to stay really long term in Bali. But I think they do have some kind of tax that they have to pay. I'm not sure about it. All I know is that it allows you to legally live and work in Indonesia. Alright, next we got a very important topic for anyone planning to move abroad, and that is vaccinations. I literally had to get a whole book of vaccinations because there are a ton of shots you need to get before moving to Bali because of the rabies situation, the dengue fever, and a whole bunch of illnesses that you can get infected with when you travel to Indonesia. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I'm not a doctor. I visited Bali in the past for a month and nothing happened, but of course, if you're planning to stay longer, you need to visit your doctor and you need to get all your shots in. I had to get multiple shots. I'm gonna list you all the vaccinations that I had to get in the span of 3 or 4 months. There's still a second dengue fever shot that I need to take, and I'm not sure where I'm going to take it because I didn't have time to do it here in Spain because it's supposed to be like 3 months apart or something like that. So start your vaccination process as soon as you can. You will need a dengue fever shot, a Japanese encephalitis shot. I don't know what that is. Rabies, of course, 2 shots of that. And if you get bitten by a stray dog or a stray monkey that is infected with rabies, you need to head to the hospital within a week or so and get another shot because you can still get infected and die. Yeah. Then I got a shot for DPPA. I don't know what that is. Salmonella as well, and a bunch more that I can't even read. They also gave me medicine for malaria in case I travel to Lombok. Apparently, if you travel to Lombok and stay longer than 4 days, you need to have your malaria medicine with you. I'm taking it with me on my suitcase. This takes me actually to the next topic, which is what I'm packing. Medicine is one of them, but I haven't talked about health insurance yet, and that is somehow connected to your vaccination situation. I don't have a health insurance yet, and I'm literally going to Bali in like a few days. I don't have any health insurance yet because I'm so hesitant. I don't know what to choose. I don't know what to recommend to you guys. I just want to have a health insurance that covers for the most common incidents in Bali, which are food poisoning, Bali belly. I don't like calling it that because you can get sick in multiple countries. They call it BALIIII. Motorbike accidents are very common incidents in Bali, and not so common, but getting bitten by dogs that may be infected by rabies. So I'm still looking for a health insurance that will cover all those. I did find a few, but I'm just still hesitant about which one to choose. Once I do, I'll let you know. Actually, I will only recommend you a health insurance if I actually try it, get into an accident, God forbid, and they actually pay for it, you know. Yeah, everything else like medicine, like if you get sick or just whatever, you can just go to the pharmacy and get your medicine without a prescription. Our next topic was what I'm going to be packing. And to be honest, you don't really need to pack much because everything is available in Bali. But I did want to pack my sunscreens because I don't want to be spending too much money on sunscreen and skincare when I already have my own in Spain. So I've packed a lot of that. You're gonna laugh at me, and this is super random, but I've also packed cheese. Yes, cheese and nuts. Apparently they're expensive in Bali, and I'm on a budget, so yeah, I've packed a lot of those. I've also packed light clothes, of course, and I packed my medicine. This is very important. If you have any special medicine that's prescribed by your doctor, make sure that you have it with you. So these are the main things that I've packed in my suitcase. For mosquito spray, I prefer waiting till I'm in Bali because I read that apparently the ones in Europe are not so strong for the mosquitoes in there. So I'm just gonna get those sort of products in Bali. And of course, I'll make sure to film a different video when I'm there with essentials that I will get once in Bali and with things that I will learn along my journey there that I can share with you, and I will do that for sure. Next are the documents that you need to be taken with you. Apart from your visa, of course, you do need an international driving license in Indonesia. If you're European or Australian, I don't know about Americans, but yeah, you're not allowed to drive with your regular driving license. You need an international one. And I don't like to fuck around with this or to mess around with this, because if the police catches you and they know that you're a tourist, you're going to jail. I'm joking, you're not going to jail, but you're paying a big fine. And I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk my health. I don't want to risk my bank account. So I have applied for an international driving license and I'm supposed to pick it up tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to arrive on time. I hope it will. Also, if you get health insurance and you get into an accident while you're riding a motorbike, if you don't have your international driving license, your health insurance will use that as an excuse to not pay for anything related to your accident. So for your own good, please get an international driving license if you're planning to ride motorbikes. Drive them. Also, international bank account or international credit card, debit card that you can use abroad. I'm not going to use my Spanish card because you will have to pay a lot of fees using your national bank or credit card. So I use Revolut myself, but there's plenty of others that you can use that are international. And of course, take your vaccination card with you everywhere you go in case anything happens. It's good that the doctor knows what shots you got so that he knows what to do with you. Now for rent, I know people want to know, where am I going to live? Like, what is she doing? Does she have a house there? Does she know anyone there? Does she have a job there? I have none of those. Joking, I do have a room. I did get a room for a couple of months. I do recommend that you book something for at least a month, so that once you get there, you're not all anxious about where you're going to be living. I plan on looking for properties or for rooms or even villas once I get there to see if I can rent something better. And I will make sure to make a video about that as well, because it's pretty interesting to see the difference in prices and in locations and rooms and villas. But yeah, I did find a room near Canggu, not in the center of Canggu because I didn't want to be where all the people are and like in the busy area of Canggu. So I stepped a bit outside of it in an area called Sese that's still preserved, still has rice fields and beautiful locals living there. So yeah, I wanted to have a bit of both, you know, and yeah, not be in Canggu, but also not be super far from it, because that's where all the people are, all the businesses related to what I want to do are, all the cafes and restaurants. But yeah, there's a lot of areas you can live in Bali. At the moment, the most common areas to live in as an expat in Bali are Canggu and Uluwatu, but there's many more you can choose from. I might make a video about this as well if you want me to. And last but not least, flights. Flights can get pretty pricey if you're flying from Europe to Indonesia, but there are some ways that you can make it cheaper, and that is combined flying. Yeah. So basically, I'm not going from Madrid directly to Bali. I am stopping in Milan first and then heading to Saudi Arabia and then landing in Bali after 3 flights. Why is that? Because it saves me 200 bucks. So yeah, guys, that was pretty much it. I hope that you found this video helpful. I know that it's not the most visual one, but a lot of lifestyle vlogs are coming in the next few weeks where I show you life in Bali, a lot of vacation content. I'm gonna be hosting some friends in Bali as well, so I'm gonna be showing them around. I'm going to be sharing a lot of recommendations and drone shots and nature spots. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And I do want to end this video with a piece of advice, and that is that if you have a slight instinct, something telling you that you're not in the right spot, if you want to move abroad, start a new project, or change career paths, and you're scared, I hope this is your sign to finally take that step and do it. Because even though you might not win, it's better than not trying. Some of the best decisions I've made are moving to so many different countries. It's something that I'm never going to regret. Same goes with starting this new project that I'm starting that I'll talk to you about soon. These things, even if they don't go out as planned, I'm never going to regret, because at least I'm trying. And I hope you do the same. So see you next week, guys.